Hey guys, Lizardlea here for Christmas Ornaments Day 15. So, yesterday I did the dove, the trash man, and Christmas tree. So, I have, I don't know if I'm gonna, so Native Maiden is gonna go to my best friend, and then I'll either do one for both of her parents or one for each of them, so I'm not sure. I'll give you guys the highest amount left just in case. So two, the three cats, and then I think I'm done. Yeah, I think that's the max. So, we'll see. Um, well, cause her family, the Christmas tree they put up, they always use like, color coordinated stuff, and the personal stuff usually doesn't go on the tree. It usually goes around the house. So if I make them one, it's probably going to be hung up somewhere other than the tree. So I might do two. I might only do one. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. Guess we'll just see how I feel. Oh, Tess, look at you. You're so cute. Hmm. Wanna look over here? Say hi. Yeah. Oh, I just knocked the post-it note off. There, now it's pointing to it. Can't even see that I'm smiling or frowning. Long. It's really staying on there. So, I think for a second there I was trying to play suck and blow. And before somebody thinks that is a nasty game, it's not. It is, you have like a deck of 52 cards, you pull out one, and you get up in a circle of people. You're supposed to suck it in, so you keep it on your lips, like, and then you move to the next person, and they suck it in while you blow it out, so then it can just move along all the people. I played it once at Space Camp, was it? I think so, yeah. And the person next to me was a girl. I was the last person I had to get to. And she wasn't able to hold it in for very long. And we were about to do it, and it fell, so we both backed off, and it was like, oh my god, you guys kissed! And we were like, no, actually, like, Liz's lips didn't even touch the card. Like, they didn't even, like, we weren't there yet. It fell a little too early, but I'm straight, but I'm not going to, like, get upset if people think I've kissed a girl. Like, kisses, oh no, they're so bad. But my biggest thing was there was a really hot guy across from me, so I was like, no, I want to kiss him. Whatever. I think we had to go back like 5 people, and then we were able to do it just fine, and we were done. The best part was my mom was actually the adult that came with the 3 of us that went, and she was the person in charge of that station. So it was like, hey, Mom! I'm playing Suck and Blow! Oh, it was great. Space Camp was a ton of fun. Like, people think it's, like nerdy stuff, but it was so awesome. We got to go on, it was kind of like a bungee jump thing. I mean, it was only like as big as like, this wide in a gym going from one end to the other. So, we could only go forward and then back. We were also in that huge ball that just like flips you all over, and it was crazy. I was actually extremely worried about doing that one at first because beforehand we had been on a chair that just spun you in circles, and I got really dizzy. Like, I get motion sickness. So I was worried on that one that, it would be flinging me all over. I'd get sick. I ended up having a ton of fun on it. But if you did it a second time, you were supposed to make your way through a maze, I think. So like you're sitting here on it, and there's a little table right in front of you, and you have a pencil, and you're supposed to make it through a maze. And then I think if you did it a third time, you're supposed to do math calculations. I think they had a calculator on there for you. But I was just like, yeah, I don't want to chance it. Like, that's probably something that would make me sick because I'd be concentrating right here and everything all over would be moving around. Like, I don't know. And I don't, maybe I'm switching it. Maybe it was the calculations was the second one and the maze was the third one. And with the maze, you're supposed to like look up and there was a mirror and you're supposed to like figure it out from there. I don't remember, like, I only did it the one time because I was too afraid I'd puke if I did it again, so. I mean, now, I would totally do it once, and if I felt okay, I would definitely try the second time, because I think, like, if you're starting to feel sick, you just go, woo, and they stop it. But, whatever. It's too late now. That was back when we were stationed in Spain, and I was in 5th grade, I think? Maybe 4th grade. And then 5th grade, I went to nature camp. I don't remember. I do remember, though, the summer before I moved to Japan, so, that summer right in between 8th grade and my freshman year, 9th grade, I went to Operation Purple, which was for military brats. And, we were all put into different groups. I didn't know anyone in my group. I ended up later dating one of the guys in that group because we ended up going to the same high school and going on the same bus, so that was cool. But I had a crush on a different guy at camp, so, nothing came of it then. But, I remember it was the second day, I want to say. I think we had all gone and played paintball, which was amazing, and I had bruises on my tummy. Like, I did get hit in the face, and it only hit my goggles, though, so it didn't hurt or anything. But there was pink everywhere, so I was just like, hey, you guys, don't hit me again, I can't see! I managed to get some of it off to the point that I was able to make it back so I could take them off and actually clean them. Because you were not allowed to take your goggles off if you were out on the field. Because, like, getting shot on, like, your stomach or your arms or something with a paintball hurts bad enough. Like, we had dudes twice my size that were bruised from it. Hitting me in the eyeball probably wouldn't be a good idea. And so, after all of that, we were coming back to a room where there was a pool table, like billiards. And across from there was a rock climbing wall. And it was high up there. It was, not as high as like a gymnasium normally goes, but it was high. And I love rock climbing. So I was like, yeah, are we gonna do that? And we were. So I'm sad to say I wasn't the first person to make it to it because I totally wanted to, I wanted to, but other people got there before me, and 3 or 4 girls went before me, and I was so disappointed because they barely made it 10 feet. They didn't even make it halfway, and all the guys were getting there. I think every single guy got there, and then it was my turn, and I flew up it, and I made it back down faster than anybody else, I'm very proud to say. And all the girls were like, yeah! And I was like, well, why don't you fucking go do it? Like, come on. It's not that bad. Because we had, what's the word? We had all the cords and stuff. So, if you fell, you would get caught, and then it would just slowly repel you down. I mean, I get that some people are scared of heights, so, I understand, but I was just like, they're all cheering me on. They're like, yeah, Liz, you can do it! And I was like, yeah, I know. But, I can't be the only girl that's working this hard to get stuff done. Come on now. That was the indoor one, and then there were 3 outdoor ones, and I did the first one really easily, I did the second one really easily, and then the third one I couldn't get past because there was a point where the wall, it kind of, okay, so it went like this, and then it went out, and I wasn't tall enough, I couldn't reach anything. I I literally couldn't do anything. I mean, I guess I could have tried jumping, but they kind of frowned upon that because, you could hurt yourself. So I was really disappointed that I couldn't do it, but I wasn't tall enough. There's nothing I could do. Okay, oh my gosh, last time I talked about books forever. Now I'm just talking about camps I've been to forever. So yeah, I'm gonna go stitch now.
Only got to do the poinsettia today. It happens. I'm just, yeah, slow days are slow. Meh. So I did 63, 64. If you could spend the day with any celebrity, who would it be? Okay, so any celebrity, it doesn't say like only alive, like Patrick Swayze. Or actually, I would also love to spend the day with Phil Collins, who is an amazing singer. I absolutely adore him. He's great, and he's still alive, so it could totally happen. Like no joke. Anytime a Genesis song comes on, and more often than not, anytime, actually, pretty much every single one I've ever heard on the radio, it's when Phil Collins was their lead singer. Anytime a Genesis song comes on, my brother's like, Liz, it's Genesis, Phil Collins. So even my little brother knows how much I adore that man's music. 65. What is your favorite breakfast food? Oh God, see that? No, because breakfast is my favorite meal, so it's hard for me to pick a favorite. I mean, I'm always the most excited about pancakes, but that's just because I don't have them very often. Like, I have cereal almost every day, and I love cereal. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Pancakes and cereal. Both. I love them both. 66. Do you like guacamole? No. Have you ever been in a food fight? What the heck? Guacamole in a food fight? That's okay. No, I have not, and I'd rather not be unless I am fully prepared with clothes that I have no problem getting stained and nasty, and possibly goggles. Yeah. 67. What is your favorite thing to spend money on? I might be cross-stitching, but I'm not sure. 68. What is the weirdest thing about you? Are you proud of it? The weirdest thing about me? Huh. The weirdest. I mean, I talk to my cat, and I talk as my cat, as if, like, she's talking back to me, so that's pretty weird. But I know a lot of pet owners that do that, so technically, like, if you talk to the majority of pet owners, they wouldn't think that's weird. The weirdest thing about me. Like, I like anime and manga. Like, a lot of people think that's weird, so I'm dorky because I like Japanese animation and comics. I watch cartoons. But I am proud of it. Like, it's awesome. It's great. I like it. 69. Ever been in love with two people at the same time? Do you think that's wrong? Personally, I have not. I am like hyper monogamous. Every time I've had a boyfriend, no matter how good looking and how nice someone, another guy is, I don't think of them that way. Like the way I am programmed, I only care about one person at a time. And if that were to ever change, I would break up with the person immediately. I don't think I've been cheated on, and I hate cheaters, and I could never become one myself. But no, I don't think it's wrong. I mean, like I said it's the way I'm programmed. I don't choose to only be in love with one person at a time. So, I don't think it would be horrible for someone to love more than one person. I mean, the way I'm understanding this is like romantically in love, because obviously, I love my family. But yeah, like I mean, if you act on those feelings, I think that's wrong. Unless, like every single party involved is cool with it, then, whatever. But yeah, the only time it becomes wrong is like if you're in a relationship with someone and you fall in love with someone else and you cheat on that person. That is wrong. I don't approve of that. 70. Ever had any relatives in jail? Not that I'm aware of, so no. 71. Glass half full or half empty? Or is the glass just malformed? I am kind of a realist. I'm just like, hey, there's water in the cup. Like, you're not gonna die from dehydration anytime soon. Drink up. Like, it's a glass. Like, just drink it. 72. Mountains or the beach? Ooh. I think I'd have to go with mountains. I mean, I love the beach, but I'm not really big on swimming. And walking along the beach is only fun sometimes, because other times it's like you have to have the perfect footwear, otherwise you're going to really hurt your feet. Or you're not going to be able to move because the sand is going to be, you're going to be sinking into it. And yeah, like I said, I don't like to swim, but I love snow, so mountains are like perfect for me. And then the rest of the question is view or the TV? Honestly, I'm going to have to pick the TV because no matter how beautiful a view is, once you've seen it several times, it's not really that exciting anymore. I mean, like, I've said it before that I love the sunset, so I would love to watch the sunset from like a beach house every night. Like, that would be spectacular. But that's only for a few minutes every day, like, whereas with the TV, you can get days worth, or actually probably years worth of footage and, time to watch stuff. So it's just a matter of the TV would give me more time. And then, the TV offers a view. 73. Plane, train, or car? I would like to point out the fact that plane is spelled Plain instead of Plane. So, just saying. I'm going to have to go with car on that one. Yeah. And then the rest of the question is boat, subway, or teleportation device? Why would I choose anything other than teleportation device? Like, seriously? Unless there's one that exists and I don't know about it and it, like, makes you puke when you teleport, why would anybody pick boat or subway? I mean, it'd be instantaneous. Like, that would be perfect. Like I said, unless you puke afterwards. That would really suck. 74. If you could retire tomorrow, what would you do? I would cross-stitch every single day for the rest of my life. It would be amazing! 75. Ever sold, donated your blood? If you haven't, do you want to? I haven't. I don't think selling your blood is that legal? Like, I don't know. Like, that question makes me think of, what was it? What was it, an episode of Flashpoint? It was an episode on something, but, someone was, like, they had the opportunity to donate bone marrow to help a little kid that, like, they had, it wasn't blood type, but, there was a match. And the guy was like, oh, you have to pay me in order for me to save your son's life. And it was just, like, when it came about that he was doing that, they were like, yeah, that's illegal. So, I don't know, like, selling your blood just, yeah. But I haven't, and for... as far as I'm aware, every person I've talked to that, like in the blood donation service or whatever, they always ask, like, have you been out of the country recently? And anytime I'm like, yeah, I was in Europe and I was in Africa and, in Asia, there was like, yeah, no, you can't donate blood. So, yeah, like, if there's ever a point where I can, like, I totally will. Like, I have no problem with needles, and if it can save anyone's life, even just one person, I think that's worth it. 76. Crowds, small groups, or go away, I'm a loner. Well, that's harsh. I'm gonna have to go with small groups, although personally I really like one-on-one more than small groups, because even in small groups, you group up. It doesn't say small group, it says small groups. So even the question is aware that you get a group of people, and it's hard to have one conversation between 5 people. Generally, you have like 3 people talking and then the other 2 people talking. I do have times where I don't want to be around any people except for Tessa, so sometimes I'm the go away, I'm a loner thing, but I've never been really big on crowds. I just, it's really hard to talk to anybody when you're in a crowd. So, yeah. 77. Name the most terrifying moment of your life so far. Have you recovered from it? That's gonna have to be what I was talking about in my last video when I was in first grade and I was having all those asthma problems. It was, I mean, I remember walking around the hospital and being pushed in the wheelchair, and I don't know if there like wasn't a children's ward at the one I went to or not, but every other patient I saw looked older than my grandparents, and they all looked at me. At the time, I thought they were sending me dirty looks, but now that I'm older and, I understand, a larger range of emotions, they were giving me looks of pity. They were like, oh my God, everybody else here is way older than this little girl. And, all the other people who had oxygen tanks with them were way older than me. And they're like, this little girl shouldn't be dealing with this. So, I mean, that was absolutely terrifying because I was just like, how come I have all these problems and no other kids do? Like I didn't understand it. I didn't really get it. Another terrifying time in my life was in 7th grade when I also started having a lot of asthma problems. I was using my inhaler without telling my parents, and when it would run out, I knew where they kept the new ones, so I would go over and use those. So when I was actually finally brave enough to be like, oh, hey, this inhaler's out, by the time they got me a new one, that one I'd already been like halfway through it. So my asthma was really, really bad. Like I could play a video game that I could beat in my sleep, and after 5 minutes, I'd have to use my inhaler. Like I was constantly using my emergency inhaler. It was really, really bad, and it was really terrifying. Eventually, I had my regular checkup with the doctor, and he was listening to my lungs, and my dad was there, and he looked at my dad, and he was like, we need to hook your daughter up to some oxygen right now. And so that was really terrifying because I was like, oh my God, like what? Like I knew, it wasn't going to be good, but I was like, right now, like that sounds like an emergency. And, they hooked me up and I had on the oxygen mask, and it was just, the doctor was like, we don't have the medication she needs. This is like, her asthma is really, really bad. This needs to be looked into. And, like about a month, I want to say, after that is when we moved to the States, and I saw a doctor almost immediately. They changed my daily medication from Asthmacort to Flovent, and Flovent's what I'm still on, if anybody is curious and wants to look up the medication I'm on. I was on steroids for like 2 weeks. I could no longer taste my emergency inhaler. Like that's how often I was using it. And by the way, albuterol, my emergency inhaler, is like the most disgusting thing in the world. So the fact that I couldn't taste it anymore is really, really bad. And I don't even remember being able to taste the steroids. Like it was just everything, all my senses, or at least my sense of taste was really dulled. And I actually had to take steroids when I damaged my eustachian tube in my left ear. So, and they were they were even more disgusting than my albuterol. So, I imagine with time they would find a way to make them not so disgusting. So, I think it's just that it was really bad. 78. What famous person do people tell you that you most resemble? I don't think I've had anybody tell me I look like a celebrity. So, no one? Yes, Tess, don't worry. This is coming up to the end. I only have like 3 more French knots to do. And then I'm going to talk, and you're going to be there, and it's going to be over. I think that's actually going to be the end of day 15. I only got the poinsettia done, but it came out really pretty. It took me 1 hour and 46 minutes. Yeah, I know, right? Like almost 2 hours. What's wrong with me? I'm cold. Are you cold? You're warm. Is this when I like try and shove her into my jacket? Huh? Yeah? Is there gonna be room? What you think? Just, no, I wouldn't do that to you. That'd be mean. Yeah, that'd be mean. If I had a bigger jacket, this one's a little too tight. I don't think you would fit. You look so pissed off right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me.
You're purring, but I know you're mad at me. You're just doing this because you want me to let you go. Oh, yeah, fine. Raw Tiger! Like, Super Tiger instead of Superman, because I'm not a man. So yeah, this video is super short. I slept in for about an hour this morning. So I already had a little bit of a late start. And then I actually thought I was working at 6:30. I actually start at 5:30. So I'll be leaving an hour sooner than expected. So it's already 1 o'clock and I don't know. I might do more, but I do need to go to the store and get groceries and stuff. So we'll see how it all goes. Tess, I'm about to sign off. And you start meowing to be let out. Really? Okay. So, subscribe, share, like, comment, all the jazz. I hope you liked watching me stitch the poinsettia. And in the meantime, Tessa and I will see you in the next video.